And we're live. Hello. Welcome, everyone. We're doing a write-in tonight. So we're going to be doing some word sprints, being productive. Um, Let us know what you're working on in the discussion section for opening question. We've got Crazy Foxy in the comments. Sometimes I can't tell if the chat has started. We have a new "we're going live soon" thing. So hopefully that will help in the future. Give us a little bit of buffer time. So yeah, tonight we're going to be doing 3 word sprints probably, as is usual. You can write along with us, or if you want to just be doing other productivity stuff, that's great too. We are happy to be your background noise while you clean the house or do your homework or whatever. What is everyone working on tonight?
Good question.
I'm attempting to draft something, and I don't know if it's just the wrong project or if I just don't have my drafting muscle built back up. So I'm trying to just push a little longer. And if it stays not being fun, I'm going to look for something else to write. So I'm going to start on that. Might not do that the whole time. We'll see.
There's Caitlin.
Hello. I am going to be doing my usual Sunday night reset, tackle my to-do list from last week, this week, see what I didn't do, make a new list for next week. So I feel like I know what's going on when Monday hits.
Nice. I've been doing some plotting for the last few weeks, just trying to figure out where am I going? I don't like to not have a roadmap for the books I'm drafting. So today I had an idea that I'm really excited by for the finale, which was the one piece I was really missing. So I'm hoping to flesh out that a little bit tonight and maybe write some of chapter 2 because I've got chapter 1 written. So at least get chapter 2 started, which is the meet cute moment for the romance subplot. So that should be fun. What are you working on tonight, Kaylin?
I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm being pulled in 2 directions because I want to write a billion things at once. But I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be, but I know it's going to be probably, I'm going to aim for novella length. I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to wind up being really long. But I'm going to try and pay more attention to word count this time.
Nice, nice. Do you typically overwrite?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a problem. I tried writing a one shot and it turned into a novella, and then I tried writing a novella and it turned into a series. So it's a problem.
Got Nicole's in the chat and said, I'm trying to decide if I should go back to a previous story idea like I told myself I would earlier this week. Try it for the warm up. See how it feels, and if you hate it, don't do it anymore. Hi, Joe Catherine and Mr. Roro. Welcome, everyone. Let us know what you're working on tonight. And we're going to dive right into the warm up sprint. So we will do a 10-minute warm up. And we will check in at, I don't have my watch on, so about the 19 probably. And time.
You guys sounded like really productive.
I think I got a lot of words. Hang on. Let's see. 366.
371 for me.
Nice.
I don't know how to tell words on Word because I don't usually write in Word, but I decided that I was going to edit, and I got through like 3 pages, so that's pretty good.
Nice. That's got to be about the same, yeah. Because mine was 1, 2. Oh no, mine was only 2. You might be above 300. Or above 350.
There's got to be a way to see it in Word. I just don't know how to.
If you highlight what you wrote, then you should be able to look down at the bottom corner, like bottom left, and it'll tell you like what you have highlighted out of the total, I think.
Oh, that's cool. Well, let's see. I edited it, so I didn't write it, but I went through 800 words, and I did change like 4 sentences, I think.
Nice. Joe Catherine said about 100 because Google Docs crashed my browser. No.
Unacceptable.
I don't usually draft in Google Docs, but I'm trying it for this book because I got like a little Chromebook because I got called back into the office. And so I wanted to have something that would be easier to bring to work with me, but still feel kind of like a computer. So it's taking some getting used to. I had to put it in like a whole different font or something because I always revise in Google Docs. So for the first round at least, or for anything co-authored. Crazy Foxy said 55 because my lovely neighbor stopped by. 55 words of babble. Nice. Anyone reading anything good right now?
I'd like to start Sunrise on the Reaping really soon, but I don't know if I want to be emotionally compromised.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't in the right headspace for that one, so it's waiting.
That is an important factor. I'm on 2 Twisted Crowns, the second book of One Dark Window.
Oh, nice.
I'm reading My Kind of Trouble by L.A. Schwartz. It's cute. It's a Music Man retelling, which I'm not sure if I knew that when I put it on my to read list, but I got midway through and I was like, this is the plot of The Music Man.
I just started The Woods All Black by Lee Mandela. It's like this is novella length, right? A horror novella. It's really good so far. It's like 1920s Appalachian horror. So it's really good so far. I'm excited to see where it goes. The tagline on the front is when they call you a monster, show them your teeth. So
I like that.
yeah.
Oh no.
Nicole said, I read Sunrise on the Reaping and got choked up 3 times in the first 11% of the book. That book is no joke.
That is the impression I have from.
Yeah.
Not sure I'm ever going to be ready to read it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm ever going to be in a headspace where I'm like, I'm going to do this to myself willingly.
I don't know how I ever was. Like, I think I will read it eventually, but it's either like,
Yeah.
I am not in the headspace to read this, or I'm in a good headspace. Well, I don't want to read it.
So real.
Yeah. I feel like I knew Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes was never really going to be for me. So that one was never even really on my I'll get to it eventually list. Yeah. But I would like to read Sunrise eventually. Nicole Nicole also said, I'm trying to get back in tune with characters, so I decided to have them meet in a field after being parted for a while. I still like them, and I smiled the whole time I wrote. I call that a success. Definitely. And Crazy Foxy decided to interview their MC as a way to jumpstart the process, like sparking Flint into a Tinder bundle. Nice. The Light Eater. Oh yeah. That's the book I recommend. I was like, why do I know that title? That's not every book I read about like plants or ecology. I just come away with like, wow, like the world is so full of things I can use in my books. All right, well, let's jump into our next word sprint. Let's do a 20-minute one this time. So we will check back in at the 45.
Let the furious typing commence.
I gotta stop and plot at some point, but in the meantime. That's time. See how we did. How did that go for y'all?
I got a couple hundred more words, thought that's enough for tonight, and then stopped writing.
Nice.
Also, there's a thunderstorm that started.
I
I'm
heard
like,
I
that.
was gonna ask if
Are you
that was
getting
thunder.
thunderstorm? Ooh, I haven't started writing.
Ambiance.
I heard it, and then Megan disappeared, so I did like imagine a different scenario in my head. But like,
No, it is me with the thunder.
it's
I
like
actually
good word.
wrote 153.
Nice.
Nice.
We got a surprise Helen pop in the comments.
Helen.
Helen.
I got 594 words.
Dang.
So the timer ran out just as the meat was cuting. I'd finally gotten to it, and then time was up.
Did you get a nice place to jump back in?
Yeah.
I will say I decided I was done for the night, but it did start like getting a little like, okay, maybe I do know how to write a book.
You haven't suddenly forgotten?
No, well, it's annoying too because I'm kind of trying to do something a little out of my like normal. Like I've drafted a lot of books. I kind of want to try something new, and maybe that was the problem. It's like, oh, I started writing bantery dialogue, and suddenly it was easy again. And maybe I've just strayed too far from the Kyra brand, and I needed to get back a little. So that's on me, maybe.
Joe Catherine got 300 words. Nicole got 261. Crazy Foxy got 490. Look at us go. So many of us are writing tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm killing it. Like,
Yeah.
it's because of the thunder.
Definitely. That's
That's
got to
it.
be it. Well, since we're like midpoint of the chat, just a quick reminder, we've got one more chat before we do a little summer hiatus. So next week we're going to be doing a little craft night. We'll just hang out, talk about how the year's going. You can do some crafting. You can just hang out. Really your choice. I'm going to be crocheting probably. Yeah, we'll just hang out and kind of kick off the summer, I guess. And then we will be off for 3 weeks. And we will be back. So next week, 1, 2, 3. Back on June the 8th, I believe. Let me double check on my calendar. Yeah, back on the 8th of June with a write-in. So I have also scheduled out all of that. So next week's chat is scheduled as well as the first one back after hiatus. So if you are worried that somehow like the 5 of you will forget that we exist, you can set up the little notification thing, I think, on the existing video. I cannot believe it's May already.
I just think like, wasn't there a time where I feel like it was Nicole or something that we hadn't seen her in a while. And like I feel like if one of these people forgets about us, we will check in at some point.
Hmm. That was because someone had trolled us. They were doing like one letter at a time and just saying like really awful stuff. And so I had blocked just like single letter posts. And because your name is N Griswold, it counted it as a single letter and it blocked her from the channel. Do you remember that?
Yes, she
I
never.
remember the troller. I remember being trolled.
Yeah.
But like, and I feel terrible about it. But like the fact that we went, okay, so where is she? Is that
This cannot be right.
good times?
Yeah. Glad that doesn't happen much anymore. Although a while back we did have someone who used to troll us who like showed up out of nowhere and we couldn't tell if they were trolling us again or not. So if that's you, sorry. Well, let's do one more sprint for the night. Let's do like a 15-minute cooldown. A little longer than sometimes, but we're on a roll. So we'll do a 15-minute cooldown, check back in around the 06. Now it's time. That went by really fast today. How did that one go for you?
I switched gears.
Nice.
I kind of got stuck on one paragraph, so I didn't make much progress.
Happens.
I got another 464. So, how much is that total? Almost 1,500 for the night.
Very nice.
Yeah. Know in the chat how that went for you. Nicole said, let's call it 200 words. I'm going to keep typing until I hit 200 for that sprint. Nice. Joe Catherine said, my short story just grew legs. I was so close to being done.
I hadn't realized that Mike Flanagan posts to Tumblr, and I just stumbled on.
Does he?
Yeah, there's a post about the rest is confetti. There's just this like really long, apparently like just how rough things were for him during the shoot of Hill House, and I don't know, it's really interesting.
Wow.
He was having a terrible time. It's sad, and I almost wish I didn't know it, but. I don't know. It almost like I should double check if this is real or something. If Megan doesn't know about this, is it even a thing?
I really have been off of my social media game lately.
Yeah, but this isn't like new. Like he is still posting. There's Life of Chuck stuff, but I'm sure this post is from a while ago.
I am very excited for the Life of Chuck.
Me too. It's hard to get excited for the Dark Tower, so.
Yeah. I'll watch
Mike,
it.
I have so much faith. It's just, yeah.
And with like he's doing Carrie as well, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just not a huge Stephen King fan, which feels like sacrilegious as a horror fan. But
and there's like a mix of like, okay, at this point, Mike Flanagan has earned the right to do whatever he wants, but like Stephen King's right to do whatever he wants supersedes that. But they're working together so much. They must be getting along fine. They must have like a solid vision for things.
That's true.
I just feel like we have as many Carries as we do Spider-Man now.
And I feel like Tiffany
we actually
Jackson's,
do, I think.
Carrie retelling is like a perfect retell. Like I love that one. So I almost wish they were just like that someone was making that. That one was called The Weight of Blood, I think. And it was so good. And the audiobook in particular was really good. Now I'm just like going through his Tumblr. That's gonna take up all my time tonight and tomorrow, I'm sure.
Now I'm second guessing, do I need a Tumblr again?
I know, right? The problem is I converted my Tumblr. So it's not a writing place for me anymore. It's just a fandom place for me. And Mike Flanagan is like in the middle of writing admiration and fandom. I have been thinking about getting on Threads a little bit more. I do miss Twitter. I deleted Twitter off of my phone after I went on a cruise because I was like, wow, I'm so well again, and I'll just access it on my computer. But then I don't remember the password. So I functionally deleted it from my life. I know I could request the password, but it kind of at this point feels like it's probably better for me not to have it.
Yeah. I do feel like Blue Sky has kind of hit momentum on like writing.
Yeah, I have a hard time with the Blue Sky like algorithm
Yeah, same.
whenever I
Like I
go
think
on.
I got on there like for a little while it was good, and I felt like it was one of the first like or the one of the like most recent max exodus from X happened, and like everybody went to Blue Sky, and it was like pretty like frequent postings and stuff like that, and then it stopped,
Mhm.
and like I didn't see like a whole lot going on, and then I stopped posting, so then now my algorithm's completely jacked over there.
Yeah.
Well, and I actually don't love the like the there's like separate tabs for like here's things from people you follow and here's things from just like in the general like popular with the people you follow because
Mhm.
it's like I actually like seeing those in one place and like a very particular balance that for a while Twitter had no
Yeah.
longer has but did
For
at
a
one
brief
point have.
period.
I feel like not even that brief of a period. Like there was quite a while where Twitter was giving me like a pretty good mix of like here's things from people you follow, here's things just from like your general ecosystem. It's entirely clickbait now.
Yeah.
Every time I get on there, I'm just like, I have to scroll through like 30 of the most like clickbaity, ridiculous things to see like, and maybe it's also just that like my people aren't really posting there much anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did think I'd use those like different tabs more than I do, but like there's times on social media where I'm I just want to be talking about Taylor Swift or whatever without just like but only looking at people who said a specific keyword. Like I haven't had
Yeah.
any of those moments, but I feel like those will be so helpful when it's one of those like just watched a really good episode of TV or something and I just want to talk about that. And by talk about it, I mean watch other people talk about. But
Yeah. Yeah, every now and then I'll get like back on Blue Sky and try just like let me post something. I've got like some people I know over there, and it just feels like if you're not posting regularly, you are buried over there.
yeah, I think that's true. I think I'm also kind of in a place where it's like, I don't, it's annoying to have lost the platform I curated on Twitter because like if I ever release a book, that'd be useful to have like the number of followers
Yeah.
I had on Twitter to, you
Mhm.
know, tweet about the book too. But I'm just at a point where I'm like, I don't know if I like the writing community enough to try and rebuild it. Like I like the writing community, but like I already put a lot of like energy into curating it the first time. And I don't know, for me, there's very much been an experience of like a lot of the people that like I quote unquote built relationships with on Twitter back in the day, like don't really care about me now that they're published and I'm not. So that's been a demoralizing thing to realize. And part of the reason I'm not like super jumping to just try and like reconnect with anyone and everyone in the writing community.
Yeah, I think that's a hard thing too, is I just don't really know what I want from it now. It's like
Yeah.
it's not gonna feel the way it felt when I had only been writing for a few years and had much more optimism than I do now. And
My community right now is like, you know, me and Megan and like five other jaded people who've been in the trenches for 10 years. Like that's it. That's the whole community. And you know, what are we gonna do with that? But
oh, I do though. I'm in like a Discord with people who are all starting to hit success, and it's very well deserved, and I'm so excited. But they did release the cover for one of my like one of the fellow members of that Discord, Hester Steele's "The Faceless Thing We Adore." The cover is unbelievable. I'm so excited for the book. Again, that's "The Faceless Thing We Adore" by Hester Steele. Incredible. I cannot wait for it to be out.
that is a great cover.
Yeah.
That is a really good cover.
When does that come
It's
out?
gonna like be so eye catching, like in the bookstore, to like the
Right? The
colors and
pink and
contrast.
purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes out in August. So, yeah. And the like opening descriptor for it is it's a tale as old as time. Break up with your shitty boyfriend, travel to a foreign country to find yourself, end up in a sex-fueled commune worshiping an angry god. We'll end on a happy note. On someone else's success.
They were just like, okay, so the great first line of the blurb, and then the end is awkward, clumsy Aoife, who was always told she was weak and is just now realizing the depth of her strength and the pleasures of her rage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I haven't read this whole book, but I have read like chunks that Hester shared in like the chats and stuff, and it's so beautifully written, like really, really well done. I am constantly in awe of Hester's writing abilities. Anyway, if anyone's watching this after the fact, drop your book recs. If you got any friends dropping books, let us know. We would love to talk about them. And yeah, we will be back next week for our craft night. You don't have to be crafting, but we will be hanging out, chatting, books, media, whatever we're interested in. Maybe some writing craft. We'll see. So we hope to see you all then. That will be our last chat before we go on a summer hiatus. And then we've got really exciting things planned for the rest of the summer. So we hope to see you next week. Thank you for writing with us tonight. Great work, everyone. And we'll see you later. Bye.